Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on the Moomin House Stage 85 from D'Agostini. Let's go ahead and get the book open, then we'll get the parts open. I have not opened this one at all yet, but it looks like we're going to be doing some white paint during the assembly. Plus we have some staining. Got stain right there, just looking around, making sure I have everything I need. Don't need that piece of paper there. So we have door frame. Actually, we have inner and outer door frame. We have a window. We have the window glass. Move that out of the way. A couple of strips. It says vertical windows strip. A couple of vertical strips here. Quite a bit going on here. It looks like we're doing a window and a door in this issue. This is the actual door right here. A couple of pins. Go ahead and throw that screw away. A couple of door knobs or door handles, however you want to call it. Just a ton of parts in here. Okay, so the first thing it says to do is to stain the door. Stain the door and then put the door handle on. So let me pause the camera long enough to stain the door. There are holes, very small holes there. I don't think you can actually see them, but there are holes there for the pins that are right there. So let me stain the door and I will come back once the door is stained and it is ready to go together. Okay, the door is stained. Did not put on the door handle yet. I need to make sure I put it on the right side. We're going to use using quick drying glue. We are going to use super glue. I tend to shy away from it on wooden models, but we need it to actually hold really well on here. Put a little bit of glue here. And I was going to use the pin vise, but since that's the only glue I expect we'll be using, or only super glue I expect we'll be using here, I'm going to go ahead and put it on left. I'm going to put it on just by dipping the glue, the end of the door handle in the glue. About 35 millimeters from the bottom, 10, 25, about a millimeter in, so right about there is where they're saying to put it. It's actually a little bit further in from than 1 millimeter, but that's okay. Now we're going to take the other one, do the exact same thing except for on the other side. Wouldn't it be funny if I had put the door on the wrong side? So we're going to line it up with the other one. Right about there. That one's a little bit closer, so move it. Good. Push it all the way down and hold it. They're a little bit off, but they're close enough. So we'll set that here for right now. So we've got the inner and the outer frame. The way you tell the difference is the outer frame is slightly larger. So this will be the outer frame. So, and they say to cut this piece off on the bottom. It's because it is not used. So we'll take the knife, cut it like that, and like that. Come back here and cut it the rest of the way. Grass knife. Smooth the edges with sandpaper. Let's make sure there's a slight spot from the where that piece was attached. We're going to put the line to the outside. Leave that there for right now. Not these, but these. We want the unfinished edge to the outside. So it's going to go like that. We need to make sure we have the right ones of these. Okay, the one with the hole here is going to go on here. Put these over. I'm just making sure everything lines up correctly. And there is a inner and outer side. The inner side is going to have the char on it. Outer side is slightly curved so that it will line up with that, except I think that needs to be like that. Hang on, let's see, vertical strip. Yes, they have the hole on the right side. So it's going to go on here like this. I didn't want to go on there easily, but that's how it's going to go on there. Let's get some regular glue out here. Take the glue brush I've been using for a bit. I'm going to need to retire it soon. I just retired the brush I was using for the stain. Okay, so fix in place with wood glue. Okay, so vertical strip. I'm actually doing it backwards from what they say to do. They have you attaching the right side first. I attached the left side first. Not a big deal. Let's see if I can get this to work its way in here. It's a little bit firmer. Take a look. Just making sure that it's not my wife texting me. Okay. Let me get this excess glue out of there. There we go. Use a Q-tip instead of the back of the paintbrush. Do it on both sides. So we have the door frame there. And we want the hole on the right on this piece as well. So it's going to be like that. There's the hole. It's going to go on the right. Put that in there like that. You want the hole to line up with the other hole so that the door will actually open. This can might be a little bit tricky. This is actually the most complicated door frame so far, because no other door frame has had I think they've had this little narrow piece but like this, but never one that was curved like this. So that's on there, and then we use wood glue to attach first inner strip, and then so we're taking these these wood strips here, we're going to separate them. The back is not finished. Let me go ahead and get that little tab off of there. Same on this side. Do the same on this one. Then what we're going to do is we're going to glue this on the outer edge here. Take the glue, run it on here like this. And we're going to pop it into place over here. We're going to line it up with the outer edge. We're kind of sealing the back of the door where it's going to pivot, which we haven't done that on other doors. They must be having us do this on this one because it's an outside door. Do the same thing on the other side. Slot this in here as well. Get some more glue on my finger, which is great to leave ugly spots on the white wood. Come on. So we've got almost in the right place. So what we end up with is a little trench in there that the door is going to fit into. Lay this down face up. Set the molded first surface forward. Join the parts together. It says using quick drying glue. I will use wood glue. It does have to curve a little bit. And that's why they're asking for super glue. This is a little bit askew, but we'll get it in place. So we take some glue, paint it on this side. Once this is in place, I'm going to clamp it, let it sit for a few minutes. Because I want it to dry well enough that it will not come loose. Let me clean that glue off the brush a little bit. So now what I'm going to have to do is work with this to get the edges completely where they need to be. Let's go ahead and grab that right there. We'll do the same thing on this side, except it's not all the way down. There we go. Grab this one right here, push this one back a little bit because it's go ahead and grab it here, push this one back a little bit, grab it here. And what I'm doing is I'm adjusting the door frame to fit where it should, making sure everything is seated together like that. We'll throw one more clamp up here. We'll set that there, and I'm going to pause the camera probably for about 10 or 15 minutes just to let that set up, so I will be back. Okay, let's see how well this is bonded together. Should be good. Oh yeah. And now we're going to take the cornice and glue it on here as well. We're going to use, it says to use white glue. I'm going to continue to use wood glue. Wood glue is working very well for most everything I do, at least on the Moomin house. Depends on the project as the glue that I prefer to use. Push this in place. Then I'm going to go ahead and clamp it and pause the camera again, just because I want it to sit. I want everything to be firmly in place before I go on to the next step. It tends to make these videos, at least for me, take a little bit longer. They do take a little bit longer for you as well. But where the video is half hour, 45 minutes for you, it's usually about an hour and a half to 2 hours for me while I'm letting everything dry. And that means since we have some things to do, we're going to be running to Home Depot during this pause. Hopefully we don't lose power, so and I lose this video. So we'll leave that sitting there and we'll be back. I actually have more time than I thought, so we can go ahead and take that loose. Next piece we're going to do, let's see, uniform inside. Okay, we're not going to use the inner door frame yet. That's going to go on when we put this on the wall. So we'll set that aside. But what we can do, they also say to paint the inside there, that brown area there. I'm not going to bother with that. So the last part for this door for right now is going to be putting these pins in place as long as I don't lose them. I want to kind of shot a little bit. Unfortunately landed on the purple mat. But what we're going to do is we're going to put the door in place. Like this. We're going to take the first pin. We're going to start it in there. And hopefully hit the hole in the door. Completely missed the door hole. There, it's in the door. It says to keep the pin in place with a little bit of wood glue. I'll put a little dab of wood glue on the bottom right now. And we'll slide the door into the top. Before I forget, let me clean the glue off the brush. So we'll take the door, once we get see if we can get this pin started in the top of the door. It feels like it is. It is in place on the top of the door. I cleaned the brush too soon. Put a little dab of glue on the top of the door. And this is only to keep it in place until we put it into the house itself. Right now, the door is done. Swings open both directions. So we will set that. Oh, is it? It did. It knocked the cornice loose. So put some more glue on here. Maybe that's why it said to use white glue. But we can let that dry. I can reclamp it. We can let it dry, and it should be on its. It should be fine once it dries. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and not pause the video. I'm going to stop the video, and we will splice the two videos together once I get the other one started. So I will be back. Okay, finally back. It's been a couple of days, and I discovered that I had done some things wrong on this door. I actually rebuilt it completely, peeled off the front panel here and these strips. I had put both of these narrow strips. Let's see if I can, let's see. There we go. I put both of these narrow strips on this side. They're supposed to go one here instead. So you see now the door falls shut and doesn't have a gap, and it opens all the way. So that's been redone. So now you turn the page and we will build the window that I did not ever get started on 2 days ago, or a couple of days ago. And I will have to pause the video here while I paint the inside of the window frame. So what we do here is we take, just double checking, yeah, we'll take these two pieces and these two pieces, put these four pieces together. There's a lip on these two. The lip is going to go to the inside, so the convex part is going to go up to the outside. That will form the area where the window glass will actually sit. So let me get some glue out, and we'll get that done. After that, I will pause while I paint the inside of the frame. Only the inside of the window frame needs to be painted. Oh, and if you are doing this, you need to make sure that you have these pieces correct, because they need to face like this so that your convex area of the window frame, so the convex part will actually line up with this. So I'm going to put some glue. I almost put the glue in the wrong spot. We're going to put some glue here. Then slide the tab in. Make sure you have the right one. Do the same thing on the other side, but I'm going to glue the tab instead of the slot. Slide this one into place. And I'm going to go down here to the bottom, put some glue into the slots and on the interior face, just like that. We're going to glue this in, and it can be either top, it doesn't matter which side is top and which side is bottom, as long as everything is squared up. Make sure that is square. Just trying to figure out the best way to do this. Okay, that looks like it's square, but it looks like that. Yeah, that was just a hair off. So I'm going to pause here. Next thing that I'm going to do while I'm paused, I'm going to paint inside the window frame around here, just the, let me get it, put this in here, just the inside here, because the rest is going to be covered by the window and the lattice work here. So I'll be back after that is dry, and we'll finish the window up. Okay, this has been painted on the inside, top and bottom. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the plastic covering, the protective covering off of the window glass, if I can get a hold of it. That's interesting. I've never noticed that before. It doesn't go all the way down. That's helpful to get it off, but that's the first time I've seen it not go all the way down to the edge of the window. Get this part off. Static electricity always makes these things cling to me. Looking at the camera, I am really impressed with how clear that is. Except there's this spot right there. That spot does not want to go away. Okay, so we're going to drop this in here, just like that. And there's that spot again. That got rid of it. Then we're going to take this half, or this part, and we're going to, looking at it, there are mold lines or mold circles on the outside, or on the one side. And actually that is the outside. These are beveled. The plastic tabs are beveled so that it will fit in there like that, and those sink into the wood perfectly. And so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the window surround here. I'm just looking, they don't, yeah, I don't see the, what I'm looking at is there's lines here. They don't show the lines one way or the other in the pictures here. But what we're going to do is we're going to put the windowsill and the cornice on. The windowsill is going to actually stick down a little bit beyond the window, because the the actual sill part right there is going to go on matching up with those two tabs. Oh, that's from that. So we're going to take the cornice and put it on like this with the shape facing that way, the largest part of the shape facing up. And what we're going to have to do, it says to use quick drying glue. I'm going to use wood glue again, like I always do, because I can clamp it and let it sit. So let me get the skin off the glue. We'll spread some glue across the face of the back face of the cornice. Somebody has just gotten active on Discord. So we'll set this on here where it needs to be at. We're going to grab a clamp. The second clamp, maybe even a third one by the time we're done here. We're going to grab one more clamp. We're going to get one of these smaller clamps here. Clamp it down. That should hold it firmly against the cornice. While that is setting up and drying, I'm going to go ahead and put the sill on. We can't put the actual shelf for the sill on until this dries, because otherwise it won't sit in place correctly. We'll have the clamps in the way. So put this part on. Again, the flat surface up. I'm going to put it far enough down that the tabs for the windowsill, for the shelf part of the windowsill, will line up with the shelf itself. It actually extends a little bit below the window. I'll show you that in just a second here. So right here, you can see there's a little bit of a lip. It doesn't say that, but knowing that that tab is where the shelf is supposed to sit. Let's see if I can show that. So the shelf should sit right here on those tabs. So we're going to pause the camera again, let this sit here and set up. So I'll be back once that is set and we can press forward. Okay, let's take the clamps off and see if everything has bonded. It looks like it has. Looks pretty good. Oh, it did look pretty good, and they both popped loose. Okay, let me clean this up. I'll come back. I'm going to re-glue it, and then I'll come back after it sets up. One of the hazards, and I may actually go ahead and use CA. Like I said, one of the hazards of doing this stuff is that sometimes the glue doesn't bond. And it had sat for a long time, so it should have set up. And so, like I said, I'm going to try CA after I clean this off, and we'll be back. Okay, this has been re-glued with CA glue instead, and I actually realized why there was the overhang down here. It's a good thing that I had that happen because this part was down here, this part was up here. I had the cornice and the um, windowsill in opposite areas. So use quick grind. Okay, so we're gonna grab a little bit of glue here, a little bit of super glue. Actually, you know what? I don't think I need yeah. Since I've already got it here, I will use the super glue. And it is still stringing. But I'm just going to glue it to the top and not worry about gluing it back to the back here. So we'll just set this on top here like this. And knock it loose. God bless it. Okay. Well, we'll glue this on top here like this. And then I'll come back. I'm going to go ahead and get this bottom piece re-glued. And I'll be back. This window is just being a royal pain in my behind. Okay. I've got this re-glued, both top and bottom, because the top was a little bit off. So now, they call this the pediment. I'm going to put some glue on here. Try not to glue myself to it. And then I will put it to the top. It needs to line up. It needs to curve just like the rest of the windowsill, or the window cornice. So I'm going to attach it on one side. I'll clamp it over here. I need to be careful not to glue myself to it because I'll end up pulling it off when I pull away from it. Then we'll clamp it on this other side over here. Just like that. Come on. And then while that is setting up a little bit, I'll go ahead and cut the top strips off, smooth the edges. It says cut them off, smooth the edges with sandpaper, and then glue them on. So these are going to match up. The front edge is going to be flat, and the back edge is going to be curved like this to match the house. Go ahead and this is what it wants you to do by when it says smooth the edges. You need to these little connection points need to be smooth as possible. If they're smooth to the touch, like right here, this is just really rough. Once I sand it down a little bit, it'll be smooth to the touch, and that should be good enough for when the window goes into the house itself. There's a little bit of a bump still right there. Yeah. Let's see if I can get that off. Key thing is I do not want to remove any of the white paint. Just flip this around, use the more abrasive side. That should be good. Just pop this off again. Unreal how badly this does not want to stick together. So I'm going to re-glue it again. And I'm not going to give up yet. I'm not going to end the video here yet. But I'm giving serious consideration to just doing this completely off camera since it keeps popping loose. that, we're going to leave that like that. Let me see. That's good. That's good. I'm looking to see, we want the wider part down. Actually, this goes like this because there are bevels on here. We want the wider part down. We want the beveled edges to meet up at the top. Something like that. Come on, focus. Something like that. And it says to match up the back edge on the parts. Curved edges inward. So let's put some glue on here. This is probably the worst I've had any problems with the Moomin house. Get the stringing of the glue. Get the stringing of the glue out of the way, not actually stringing to the part. Put this part on here. We'll put this part next to it. And we will line up the back edges on both sides. So odd how badly the super glue does not want to stick today. Just doing some minor adjustments. Actually, I've got one last thing to do with this. Once I can get it to stick, I'll have to glue it to the front of the window. And I did not glue the glass or the framework in because the window should hold itself. Or when I put this part on, it'll hold the rest of it together. Attach assembly, use quick drying glue. So I'm going to end the video here because this has been nothing but trouble today. I'm going to end the video here. After the video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish up this window. Use the super glue to glue it together like this, and then hopefully it will stay together and not fall apart. Well, you know what? Much as I hate to use super glue around the windows because off-gassing can discolor them, I'm going to run a very thin bead of glue around the window frame. We're going to put it together. We're going to set it down, and we're going to end the video there. And hopefully nothing will happen with this window. Come on, stop stringing. Biggest thing is I don't want any glue anywhere near the clear acetate. So we're going to position this around so that it matches the window shape. Get it straight on here. We are going to set that down just like that. We're going to let it be. I'm going to put a label on here. They say to do a label. I use the label maker to put the flag on here for issue 85. And we'll come back in issue 86, and eventually you'll see this window again when it goes on the house. This door is ready to attach to the house. This will attach on the back side of the wall. This will go to the front side, and then this door will be ready for, or will be in place where it needs to be. That is all there is to do in issue 85, and it's been a little bit of an odyssey today. When I was working on it before, it worked. It was no problems, no issues. I do not know. Maybe it's a full moon. I don't think so. But something is really strange going on with the Moomin house right now. It just does not want to cooperate. But that's okay. We'll get it done eventually. Just cleaning out the tip of this glued so I can put the top on and not have to worry about that not being able to use it again. But with that, we're going to call this a video. So, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Leave a comment. I will respond. I love comments. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you in the next video or stream. Modelmania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Buckman's Modelmania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models.